Hello, and welcome back. It is once again time for some more Final Fantasy XIV. Hildebrand shenanigans, adventures. And yes, I have known Gigi for a day and a half, and if anything happened to them, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself, in-game. Part of the reason why the stream started a little late today is because I was creating this meme here. Took longer than expected to find a decent resolution template for this meme. Template image where it's not already got some other character's face and other text on there. But I got it. There it is. So, let's pop over here. Here we are in front of Gigi's wonderful drawing of Gigi, Hildebrand, and Nashu. And we gotta talk to Seer here. Yes, last we left off, Gigi had been having some... Well, first off, we met Gigi. We also met Seer, and I did not like him at all, though he has apparently grown as a person rather rapidly and suddenly. So he's a part of the Inquisition, or at least he was, and he was looking for, what do they call them? Heretics. He was looking for heretics, and he, just from description alone, thought Hildebrand might be a heretic. But he's just... When we first met him, he had been just searching for any and every heretical thing he could possibly find, because he's trying to prove that the Inquisition is still needed in the what's it called? Ishgard government, which I should think that the Inquisition is not needed anymore, because the whole notion of heresy and of the dragons, opinions on the dragons and whatnot, has shifted quite a lot in Heavensward, or over the course of Heavensward. And I believe this storyline would take place after the events of Heavensward. So, since everybody seems to treat me, everyone in Ishgard in this storyline here seems to treat me as though I have done the things that I did in Heavensward. So, anyways. Yeah, so that's how Seer started out, and then all of a sudden, towards the end of last week's stream, he just, broke down, was all like, I've had it with this Inquisition and their constant scouring for any and all heresy, and just accusing anyone and everyone, and just looking at every nook and cranny and every crevice, poking at everyone, looking for any heresy where there really isn't any. I've had it. And he just like blew a gasket and it's all like, okay, buddy, where did that come from? Because you were on the other end of this. Just moments ago, you had been sniffing around for heresy. You thought Gigi was heretical and you were pursuing Gigi and you were pursuing Hildebrand, and it's like, dude, there's no heretics here. Honestly. Could you stop? But yeah. Then we met Gigi, who's apparently their name is actually Vivi. And they look like Vivi from, what was that? Final Fantasy, was it 9? I'm not sure. I've only played, as far as Final Fantasy goes, I've only played Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth, and a teensy bit of 15. Oh, and all of 16, obviously. I streamed that one. So that's my extent of playing Final Fantasy games. So I don't personally know Vivi, but I do love, at least from what little I know, I do love them. And I love our Gigi, is what Hildebrand named them. But apparently their actual name is Vivi, which is like, really? This robot that looks like Vivi from Final Fantasy, again, I think it was 9, what is it? Excuse me. Hello? Can I help you? What are you doing? Spying on my friends? Anyways. But yes. So, yeah, we met them, and then they were having their own little existential crises on who they are and who they should be and whatnot. And also, Hildebrand adopted them as their child. And yeah, lots of stuff been going on. But now there's some group that is apparently, they used to be Heaven's Ward, but now they're old, and so obviously like retired from Heaven's Ward, but they want to get their youth back. And apparently they had read that the person who created Vivi created them with the intention of having them have like some sort of temporal magics that allows them to reverse time on an object, and potentially what they were hoping for was to reverse the effects of time on a person, namely themselves, to make themselves younger. Which is a wild magic to try and dabble with, because that could have who even knows what kind of consequences. But also, these 3 former Heaven's Word knights are hoping to have Vivi reverse time on them to make them younger. And Vivi decided to go off with them to try and figure out more about themselves, and also, like, if they could somehow reverse time on their creator's body to bring them back to life, then they want to try. So, but we're gonna be like, okay, but like, we should go after Vivi and, you know, make sure nothing insane-o happens. Something terrible.
It would seem we arrived too late. Inspector Hildebrand has already gone off on his own to confront the Grand Sirs.
They came back briefly to trade Jingly Shine for supplies and whatnot, you see. And the Gobby's ear caught them trading tongue flaps about killing dragons in the Forelands. When the inspector learned about it later, he said he had to get after them right away and back take Gigi. He said he had a duty, not as an inspector, but as a father. Bugger that! He's got no obligations to a bloody mammoth, especially one that chose to leave of its own free will. As I recall, I swear, I turned my back on the boy for one bleeding second, and he loses his mind. I'm afraid he might try to do something reckless. Don't you think we should try to find him and offer hand blending?
Nashu, why are you talking like a Gabu? Why are you talking like a goblin?
I'm rather more concerned about what will happen if the Grand Sirs attack, or worse, kill any of Reisfelger's brood.
That true?
But first things first, I suppose. Ginosia, would you be so kind as to assist Mistress Nashu and Julian in their search for the inspector? I will pay a visit to Archmagus Quan's abandoned abode in the meantime. Oh, and before you think to refuse, know that you need not fear for my safety. Let us just say that our singular experiences together have inured me to the harsh realities of, well, reality.
Huh? Could it be that the scrawny little finally found a spine? Let's start by heading to Tailfeather. I reckon the inspector probably went there first to ask after the Grand Sirs. So, if we do the same, we're sure to catch up with him eventually.
Indeed. To Tailfeather, then.
Right then. I say we split up and make inquiries separately. If you learn anything about the inspector and the Grand Sirs or Gigi, come and tell me.
Into Tailfeather we go. And you know, I thought that Lalafell that was creeping around, spying on my friends, would have done something during that conversation, but apparently not. I wonder what's up with that Lalafell then.
The Ishgardians with the mammoths? They were here, aye, proclaiming to all and sundry that they were going to slay the greatest dragon of them all. The gods only know if the naive fools are serious.
Well, that's a problem because there is peace between the peoples and the dragons.
Oh, those daft sods. They were for Annex Trine. Not quite sure what their intentions were, but they were awfully confident. That much I recall.
Remaklun. Triangle, there we go.
3 dragon slayers and a mammoth, eh? I'd call you a mummer if I hadn't seen them come through earlier, boasting about how they were off to kill the biggest one yet.
Hey, Nashu. Apparently they're headed off to Enix Trine.
Oh, I see. So the Grand Sirs were headed for Annex Trine. And my dear boy wasn't far behind them either. What are we waiting for? Let's go, let's go! My dear boy.
Oh yeah, and Julian is not too happy with her son. For some reason, she hates that he's decided that a mammoth is his son. Also, she absolutely hates being called grandmother. She does not appear to want to be a grandmother at all. A poor unfortunate soul who appears a striking resemblance to Orland is quite firmly embedded in the earth.
Would you look at that? The inspector sure gave him what for. That may be, but where'd the other two get to? Not to mention the mammoth. Why don't we pull him out and ask? Though, having said that, it looks easier said than done. Oh, how silly of me. I'm sure you've got more than enough strength to yank him free, right, Ginasia?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Let me just pat him down first, I guess. There we go. Hildebrand?
Well, I'll be! He's wearing some sort of magic mask, what makes him look just like the inspector. Just like that man of 1,000 faces back in Ulda.
No.
No, that's Hildebrand, alright. There's no fool in a mother's eyes.
I say, what trouble has my beloved son gotten himself into this time?
Why, hello there, Lord Godbert and Inspector Sear. How'd you two end up traveling together?
Blind fortune, you might say. I was too far from Tailfeather when night began to fall, but unfortunately, Lord Godbert chanced to find me wandering in the wilderness.
Lord Edmund told me all about his recent trouble with the Grand Sirs, as well as Hildy's investigation. And a father cannot help but take an interest in his son's affairs, can he?
As for me, I was eager to share with you my latest findings, namely Archmagus Quan's research notes. I haven't slept like that since I was buried in the Lich Yard. Well, I must confess no small measure of embarrassment to be found in such a state, having been so unceremoniously disposed of by the Grand Sirs. But ignominy notwithstanding, I am most grateful for your succor, and pleasantly surprised to be reunited with you all.
This wouldn't have happened had ye waited for us instead of... Wait. Why in the... Are you still wearing that rubbish?
An impenetrable disguise is essential when consorting with the criminal elements. Alas, 'twould seem the grandsires have grown more perceptive in their newfound youth. Wait, do you mean they've already regained their youth? What about Gigi? Did you see him? Was he behaving strangely? Now that you mention it, his warm, soulful eyes were rather more pointy than I remember. By the Fury, not pointy! According to Archmagus Quan's notes, that's a sign Gigi's using too much magic. If he carries on like this, his ether will be expended, and he'll end up not more than an empty husk. This is terrible news! We must catch up to the grandsires at once. Do you know where they were headed? All I heard was that they were keen to slay dragons. They were bound for the Churning Mists, a place called Zenith, to kill a great worm named Needhog.
I already killed Needhog, though.
Really? That all happened? Huh. I meant the other one, Ray Svelger.
Well, now that's a problem.
Ray Svelger? Fury, take me. What could they possibly hope to achieve?
They better not. They better not dare to even touch Racefelger. If I could turn back time to the good old days.
I, Hildebrand, Agent of Enquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby ask you all to aid me in rescuing my son and putting a stop to the Grandsir's machinations. You know there's really no need for all that. We came because we wanted to help.
I, Nashu, faithful assistant, maker of explosives extraordinaire, do hereby present to you this fresh change of clothing.
Capital! I knew I could count on you, Nashu. I shall change en route. Come, my friends, to Zenith and to Gigi! Make ready, my friends. The final battle with the Grandsires is at hand. 'Twould seem my wounds were more serious than I thought. I fear...
Excuse me.
I fear I am in no condition to confront our foes. There is but one thing that could restore me to my former indomitable self.
Don't you worry, I've got some salamander oil right here. Shall Mummy give you her baby boy a massage?
Oh, my dearest mummy, mother dearest, I would not impose upon you, not when my ever-loyal associate Junasia stands ready to minister to my muscles.
Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Let Mummy take care of it and heal these hurts.
My dear wife, I know you mean well, but let Genosia handle it. Theirs is a bond which transcends time and space, and personal boundaries.
If that's the way of it, I'm counting on you, Genosia.
No, you can minister to Hildebrand's. Well,
Let us brook no further delay. Come, my friend, coat my body in oil, as you have done many a time before.
As I have done never a time before. What do you...
Why do you hesitate? Have we not done this time and time again? Oil me up, woman!
No, we have not done this time and time again.
How it soothes in my aches and pains. Quickly now, knead it into my flesh. Knead as you have never kneaded before.
Gonna punch you.
Such furious kneading. I applaud your enthusiasm, but mayhap I urged you to excessive force. Nay, you are in the right. Already the gentle warmth begins to spread throughout my body. The fires of righteousness burn anew in my breast.
Hold, my son. Though your passion is renewed, you may yet be spurred to greater feats of Mandevillian strength. Derived from the purest essence of salamanders, the ancient legacy of House Mandeville, Salamandeville, to you, my beloved son, now become a proud father, I bequeath this most sacred of oils.
Salamandeville! Could it be that the legends were true?
Your muscles shall shine with the brilliance of 1,000 suns. No mortal man will have the power to do you harm. Verily it is so. For by its grace did I once weather the slings and arrows of a bandit horde, and bring my hammer of justice to bear upon their wicked heads. The time has come, Georgia. Take this oil and help Hildy become the Mandeville man he was meant to be.
What? Salamanderville?
Oh, the Salamanderville! How it flows into every nook and cranny! Quickly now, lay your hands upon me! Massage me with all your might! Yes, that's the spirit. I can feel it building and rising.
Do I have to massage him again?
Such passion, such fervor. I am the inferno unbound, the tempest unleashed, but I have not yet begun to pose.
If I could turn back time.
I am a Mandeville man! That Salamandeville is my word. I have never felt so alive. Such vibrant colors, such intense sounds, such fragrant smells. Mother, father, Genosia, 'twas your oils and strong yet tender fingers which opened my eyes to the glory of creation. I am a gentleman inspector, reborn! Onward to zenith! No matter the laws of nature they pervert or the limits they break, the Grand Sirs can do naught to stop me!
Uh-huh. Whatever you say, Hildbrand. This is ridiculous. they come, the Sirs reborn. Suddenly younger.
No! Gigi! With his angry eyes.
Grand sirs, I have come for my son!
Oh, must we do this now? We have a dragon to slay.
There is no need for any of this. The war is over.
But not for long. The worm's death will give rise to a new era of fire and blood, and we, having consumed his eyes, will use our new powers to win untold glory on the battlefield. Our legends will echo in eternity.
You would doom countless innocents for glory? No, I won't allow it. Over my dead body.
Far be it from us to deny you, then. This is the end for you. The ultimate end.
I mean, I've killed several Heaven's Lord before. I'm sure these three will be a rather non-issue. Don't worry, Hildebrand. You have the Salamanderville oil coating your body. Muscles massage. But his clothes, they're getting torn up, shredded. Oh, you know what? If it gives me a chance, I should probably change to Dragoon. It would be fairly thematic for Heaven's Lord stuff.
Have faith, my love. He is our son.
He is a Mandeville man. Gigi, my beautiful boy, pray do not look on me with such pointy eyes. Let Papa Hildy take you home to our gazebo.
Stop calling me that! My name is Phoebe! Phoebe! I remember everything! My powers, my purpose, my grandpapa Quan. I made them young again, but it's not enough. I need more, more! I need the worm's eyes, and then I can finally bring him back!
I'm sorry, Gigi, but no, you cannot. Grandpapa Quan is gone. He's right, Gigi. Mayhap you could restore his corporeal form and breathe life into it, but his soul, what made him your grandpapa, is forever beyond your reach.
That's not true. I can restore anything to its ideal form, to the way it should be. Even Grandpapa Quan, even you, Papa Hildy.
Please, Gigi, you have to stop. If you keep using your power, you'll die.
Nothing seems to have changed. He is already his ideal form.
I don't understand. Your clothes are still dirty and tattered.
He spends a lot of time like that.
As they should be, Gigi, for my every waking moment is as the gods intended. Every day I live life to the fullest. Every day I enjoy grand adventures. I found your grandpapa's research notes. What he gave you wasn't the power to make things the way they were. He gave you the power to change the world, to make things the way you yourself believed they should be. That's why your magics have no effect on the inspector, because you know in your heart that this battered and bruised form of his is, in its own way, right. My thoughts exactly, Inquisitor Seer. And it is for this selfsame reason that you were unable to make Grandmaster Quan younger. In your heart you knew there was naught that needed to be changed. Your beloved Grandpapa was exactly as he should be. Your every day was to be treasured and worthy of celebration.
Then, what about the Grand Sirs? Why was I able to make them young again?
All you truly knew of them were their stories they told. Wondrous tales of daring do by heroes in the prime of their lives. It's no wonder you were able to envision them as such.
That's all they ever talked about, when they were young and free and full of fire.
At first, Archmagus Quan didn't understand the true nature of your abilities. He struggled to deduce why you could not make him younger as he originally intended. Eventually, he realized that your fond memories of him were preventing you from conceiving of him as anything but an elderly creator, and that the only way to achieve his goal would be to take them from you. But you were all he had left in the world. No longer a mere mammoth, but a friend, family, his only family, his grandson. He couldn't bear to lose you, so he renounced his quest for immortality.
But I still lost my memories in the end.
He was afraid of leaving you all alone in the world, afraid that others would attempt to take advantage of you and your magics. So before he died, he decided to take your memories from you after all, to protect you. But despite his best efforts, something remained. Something stronger and more powerful and more resilient than anything Archmagus Quan ever dared dream. You were never broken, Gigi. You were never abandoned. All he wanted was to set you free.
Free? Free to do what?
Whatever you like, Gigi. Don't you see? That was his final gift to you. a new life, a new story all your own.
This has all been very, very touching, but we're not getting any younger.
Well, you aren't, at any rate. We have suffered your meddling long enough. I had intended to use this trap to kill the worm, but since you are so perfectly positioned... You know, I was just thinking, I don't think I've ever seen something like that. Have we ever seen something like that happen in the main story where, like, actual pieces of architecture crumble and fall? Like that? I mean, obviously Gigi's gonna put them back the way they were, but...
I am Phoebe, grandson of Archmagus Quan, and Gigi, son of Paperberry. And my text went away too fast to be read.
Gigi? Well, the pillars are back. I assume the Grand Sirs are back to being old as well? Kiki. Well, would you look at that? You three are all old again. Gigi. Gigi, why? Gigi. Well, we've arrested those three. Hey, Julian, why are you still looking so angry?
It's like it never happened. With the last of his strength, he turned back the hands of time. Not just for the pillars, but for us all. He made us all as we once were, as we were meant to be.
After all that gallivanting about, I get bugger all? What about my misspent youth? I was not meant to be this bloody old!
Such a fine day! Never have I squatted with such perfect form. I may well have reached my physical peak.
Cuthbert, why?
Ha! What rot! At your age, you daft sod, you look foolish.
You should be grateful. Gigi saw what you had become and gave you a second chance.
That was our second chance to relive our glory days.
There's nothing glorious about starting a war, causing the deaths of thousands of innocent people and dragons.
It was all rather silly, though, wasn't it? Maybe Quan had the right of it. Maybe it's not so bad growing old.
I was a coward when I was young, but now that I'm old, I'm not afraid to say things like, I love you, Doris.
What?
You're blind, bloody fool, gunspot.
Welcome back, Inspector.
I say, am I dead again? Quite alive, Inspector, along with everyone else, thanks to Gigi. The Grand Sirs are also in our custody. Ha ha ha! That's my boy! Where is the little tyke anyway? Gigi embarked on a grand new adventure. He's no longer with us. I see. If that's what he wanted, then I could not be happier for him. I am sure Archmagus Quan would feel the same way.
What do we do now, Inspector?
Is it not obvious, Nashu? The wide, wide world beckons to us with the promise of mystery and wonder. We shall resume our never-ending quest for cases perplexing and profound. And perhaps, one day, we shall meet young Gigi again.
I hate to admit it, but this whole mess got me thinking that maybe it wouldn't be so bad if I really did have a grandson. You did right by Gigi, Hilde. Your father and I can see that. We're proud of the man you've become.
And I am proud of you too, Mother, for finally coming to terms with the ephemeral nature of physical beauty and allowing yourself to age gracefully.
Gracefully, was it?
Saw that coming.
I hear we may have had a failure to communicate.
And off he goes.
There he goes again. Wait for me, Inspector. Wait.
Hark! What is that curious sight I spy in the far eastern skies? And this oh so familiar scent which fills my nostrils? Do I smell a case? Worry not for me, my friends, for wherever the wronged want for succor, I, Hildebrand, shall be there till we meet again.
Gonna stay at Hildebrand.
I say, you do know that so long as the core remains intact, little Gigi is not actually dead.
That's right. So dry your tears, boy. There's no need for all this moping about.
He has fallen into a dormant state because he has used up all of his ether. His core will gradually recharge as it draws upon the ambient ether, and in time he will awaken from his torpor. I shall tend to the child for now. As for these three, I should be glad to take them back to Ishgard in your stead.
A most generous offer, my lord, but hardly necessary. After all, 'tis my duty to bring them to justice. Oh, yes, it was my duty. After everything I said to that young inquisitor, I can't go back to Ishgard. They'll toss me in a jail and throw away the key if they don't kill me outright.
So go to Idylshire and live in Hildy's gazebo. Someone ought to look after it while he's away, no?
That doesn't sound all that bad, actually. Full glad I am to accept your offer.
Her frying pan's still giant, I see.
I suppose there's nothing for it but to wait until he comes back down.
It was a most graceful strike, my love. You haven't lost your touch.
Da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, Hildebrand. So I take it... Oh, we gotta complete the quest, but I take it that, we've finished the Heavensward section and are moving on to Stormblood.
I suppose there's nothing for it but to leave the Grand Sirs to Lord Godbert. And for me... to see to Inspector Hildebrand's gazebo. I'd like to thank you for everything you've done. If you find yourself in Idylshire, come and see me. There are a few arrangements that I need to make, but I can't imagine that it will take that long for me to settle in. Thank you, my friend. Until we meet again.
I guess I shall speak with him in Idylshire. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Interesting. Interesting. That little Lalafell is not here anymore. What was up with them?
Looking back on the course I've run, it's hard not to think of the man I was and feel ashamed. Before I took on this case, I had only left the capital a handful of times. The rubbish I believed, the facts I considered unassailable. Fury take me, what a fool I was. If I hadn't met you, and the Inspector, and Gigi, I would have never realized how much I had come to hate my job. Nor would I have discovered how much more satisfying it is to seek out the truth, the whole truth. One might say that getting labelled a heretic and having to flee Ishgard is the best thing that could have happened to me. After all, now I am free to start a new life here in Idylshire, as a consulting inspector. Ah, but enough of that. There is someone I would like you to meet. Will you? What? Lord Godbert made some modifications, as you can see. His smaller size should allow him to absorb ether more effectively over time. We thought that if he were to travel with you and share in your grand adventures, that maybe it would hasten his reawakening.
Yes. I will gladly accept Gigi as my new minion.
Thank you, my friend. I do hope our paths cross again someday. May the Fury bless you and keep you.
Look at him! Look at them, they are adorable! Back time. Quest complete. Having some credits for this Hildebrand section. Hildebrand Mandeville. Seer. Godbert Manderville. Julian Manderville. Not sure. Bunch of other peoples. Meanwhile, Seer is just cleaning things up, looking after the gazebo. Why is that one in blood? What? The goblins? Or did it say Coblin and more Coblin? Hildebrand will return? Question mark? Oh, he will. Da 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 da. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, little. Ultras. Enkidu. Wait a minute, where? Yes, I'm sorry, little Pororogo. But. There he is. Gigi time. Look at them! Look at them, little Gigi! He's adorable! Look at them! I love them. Yeah! Alright. Since we are going to the east, seems right. Samurai's only 60, and this next set is probably going to be level 70, so. To Hingashi, I assume. Kugane. Surely. The new king on the block. A Hingan tail. Nashu goes east. There we go. Exactly who I was looking for. Conspicuously inconspicuous man. Yeah, you. You were spying on my friends. A Hingan tail. Nashu goes east. Yon Lollafell has a lean and hungry look. Hey, you're Eorzean, right? An adventurer, maybe? Good at killing and whatnot? Me? Oh, I'm no good at it. I mean, other than the occasional rat, but, I've got a job for you, if you're interested. So there's this Mikite girl, this incredible, beautiful, wonderful girl, in this tavern, right? Come all the way from Eorzea, like you and me. So beautiful, this girl. So beautiful. But in this weird, strange place where people are bowing all the time and getting on the ground and tucking their legs under them, a young girl traveling by herself is in danger. Some bad people could trick her and take her and make her do, things. Anyway, get in there and keep her safe. I'll be watching. What? Alright, Nashu, where are you? Are you upstairs? There you are, Nashu.
I have seen this gentlemanly Eorzean you seek. Yes, and I should be glad to take you to him if you like. You are ever so kind and helpful, Mr. Talking Cat. Catfish, to be precise, though I care not for the Eorzean. I am Yodo, Namazu, and the services I provide are not free, I am sorry to say, nor are they cheap. Are you sure you can afford to pay? Oh dear, spent my last gil on the fare to Kagane. Is there any other way I can convince you to help?
Nashu, you shouldn't spend all your money on the fee to get here. How are you going to feed yourself?
Kor, if it isn't Ginasia! Don't tell me you came all this way just to help little old me. Ah, you see, when Inspector Hildebrand took to the skies, I said, Nashu, you'd better not let him get away this time. And I immediately began looking for ways to head as far, far east as I could. And you can't get much further east than the Far East, right? I was worried I wouldn't be able to find him, but wouldn't you know it? Gyoza, the talking Numa here, says he knows where he is. He's not a Numa.
Careful, careful. This one knows our game. Escaping her wrath is going to take all our skills.
That's right, Kyoto. Stare.
I say, there's no need for such menacing glares, none whatsoever. Thousand pardons, my lady, but I had no idea you were traveling with such esteemed company. Forget everything I said about the fee. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a pressing engagement. Very pressing indeed.
Wait, you haven't told me where the inspector is yet.
He probably doesn't know.
Huh? Little Gyoza was trying to swindle me? Oh, Nashu, you ought to know better than to trust a talking cat.
First off, Nashu, that's racist. Secondly, you are a kind of a talking cat.
I asked lots and lots of other people if they'd seen a gentlemanly Eorzean, but none of them were any help. Oh, Inspector Hildebrand, wherever could you be?
Stuck in the ground or inside of a building like it's not. Keep an eye out for legs.
Yes, he does have a habit of landing head first, doesn't he? Hopefully we won't need Lord Godbert's help to pull him out again. Ah, that's it! If the inspector's always on the hunt for a case, then all we've got to do is find the biggest, juiciest one we can, and wait for him to appear. Let's go and see what trouble we can turn up, eh? This way! Woo!
Man. This game looks real good.
Unsolved crimes? It so happens that a number of properties owned by wealthy merchants have been pillaged this past fortnight. Master Akabono's shop in the Rakuza district was the most recent, as I recall. But you may be assured that the Sekisegumi will track down the thief in due time.
Indeed. Of course they will. Excuse me, conspicuously inconspicuous man. What do you think you're doing?
All right. You've got me, Miss Samurai, but...
I'm actually a ninja right now. I am technically also level 60 samurai, but right now I'm a level 80 something ninja. 82, I think? Something like that.
All right. But before you do anything rash, like arrest or torture or chop me into tiny little bits with that sword of yours,
Daggers.
know that I never touched her. I mean,
I never even had the chance. I'm sorry. Oh, you're the Eurasian adventurer. I thought you looked familiar. Whew. I mean, whew. For a moment there, I thought I was done for. Those Sekisei Gumi don't mess about. I'll cut first and ask questions later, you know? No romance in their hearts. They wouldn't understand. Ah, so it's not just crimes, but big, incredible crimes you want to know about? Incidents the likes of which send ripples through time and space, through fate and destiny? What? It was 5 years ago. Or maybe it was last week. I'm not so good with time lately. Anyway, there I was, walking Ulda's bustling streets, when the sea parts and my eyes meet with those of a maiden most fair, and she stole my heart. It was like 2 grains of sand in the desert looking at each other, and one of those grains knowing that it was destined to spend the rest of its life with the other grain, 'cause she had this whole sultry scribe thing that made him so... Ever since that day, I've watched over her from afar. A silent guardian, a humble protector. Some might think me mad or call me a coward for refusing to speak with her, but they're fools. Fools, I say! True love is not the product of a clumsy banter, but careful study, years and years of observation, of obsession, until you know her better than she knows herself. No, that is not the right way to go about this. That makes you seem very creepy. Obsession is not good. Perhaps, when the time is right, I shall reveal myself to her. But until that blessed day, I shall aid her from the shadows. And you, my friend, will aid her in the light. Sir? You got problems. Sir, there's nobody here. I assume you're heckling and being all like, oh, come to this stall, buy our wares and things. Best wares around. But there's no one to sell them to. Hello, Amaji.
Dastardly doings and purported instances of criminal behavior? This is Kugane, my dear. We've no shortage of that here. But since you ask, the story on everyone's lips at the Bookhaisen these days is that of the wealthiest among us, and how they are being preyed upon by some sneak thief. Perhaps they should invest in better locks.
Wow. What the...
You will not escape us! Sound the alarm!
What? Odd. Ah, there you are! Learn anything interesting? A skilled thief seems to be targeting wealthy merchants. A creepy little who followed you to Kugane says he's been stalking you for 5 years. Eh? Oh, you're having me on. As if I wouldn't notice. Be serious now. No, Nashu. No, Nashu. Is he still around here, or did he actually, like, wander off? Yeah, skilled thief seems to be targeting wealthy merchants. A series of robberies committed by a mysterious thief? Oh, that's just the thing. Well done, Ginasia. Our next order of business should be to track down this Akabono and ask him about the latest incident.
Also, I'm now wondering, now that we know that that little Lalafell has been stalking Nashu for a while, I have to wonder, has he been, like, in the area previously, before that time in Idylshire? Probably. And, I mean, why would you notice just another NPC hanging out in town? Right? It was by chance that I happened to see him skulking by that lamppost.
He certainly looks like a well-to-do merchant.
That fiend, that despicable rapscallion, the nerve of him to make a mock of us! My thanks to you, Master Akabono, for all your help. I swear to you on my honor that this sneak thief shall be brought to justice forthwith, and with that I bid you good day.
Ah, so it is.
Excuse me.
It is Akabono. Let's go and ask him about the robbery.
Forgive me, my lady. In my haste, I did not see you. Are you all right? Shall I summon a healer?
Don't worry, I've taken bigger knocks to the noggin than that. Hey, you aren't one of them samurai, are you?
Shigure, at your service, my lady. You have my sincerest apologies for this incident. Much as I would like to make amends for my reckless behavior, I fear duty
Yawns.
I fear duty compels me to take my leave. A nefarious criminal is at large, and I must bring him to justice. Well, now that you're named, I feel like we're gonna see more of you.
Oh, that's all we need. Competition. Well, I'm sure Inspector Hildebrand and his faithful assistants won't lose to the likes of him. That merchant must know something important for Shigure to go running off like that. Let's find out what it is. Greetings and salutations, Master Akabono. My name is Nashu, Agent of Inquiries, Extraordinary Inspector, and this is Janasia, who's also got a knack for it. Can you tell us about the recent robbery?
Ah, inspectors. I had heard rumors that one such as you come from the west. You seem an honest sort, so I will oblige your request. This very morning, one of my assistants found my establishment unlocked, and when we went inside to investigate, he discovered that my most prized possessions had been stolen. To make matters worse, in this place he found this message.
You have just been robbed by the Kugane Wolf Burglar.
Wolf burglar?
Surely you've heard about his recent exploits. Similar calling cards were found at the scene of the other robberies. And now I too have become a victim.
A series of robberies committed by a thief with a calling card? Oh, there's no way Inspector Hildebrand's going to be able to resist the lure of this case.
I thought the two of you were inspectors. But it makes no difference to me who catches the criminal, and since the Seki Shigumi seem to be at a loss, you'll be generously rewarded for any information that leads to the recovery of my stolen property. I wish you well in your investigation.
All we've got to do now is stick with this case, and we'll be reunited with Inspector Hildebrand. I just know it. Call it my keen inspector's assistant sense. Anyway, I'm gonna try to learn more about the other robberies. If you learn anything interesting, come and find me.
Indeed. Nashu Makaraka is on the case. Your days of wolf burglaring are numbered.
Cause Inspector Hildebrand, huh? It's Inspector Hildebrand. Hey, Inspector, stop messing about and join us.
Hildebrand.
Core, it's been too long since I've had a chance to whip up a batch of Nashu's delights. You can be sure I'll be putting these little darlings to good use for next time. Oh, bugger. Good thing I've got plenty more stashed away.
Nashu?
Godbert!
And yes, these quests are level 70. Which means I couldn't do them as a samurai even if I wanted to. Life imitates art imitates life. You have no one but yourself or the kami to blame for what comes if you talk to Nashu Makaraka. Well, 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 if it isn't Shinasia, looking bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, have I got news for you. Hang on, I'm just... Is that little guy sneaking about around here? Doesn't seem like it. So, I've been asking after that wolf burglar fellow, the one that left that cheeky note claiming credit, you remember? And it seems he's not quite as sneaky as he thinks he is. Oh, he's robbed plenty of rich merchants blind, I'll grant you that. No doubting it was him either. Never fails to leave a calling card. This one. Never fails to leave a calling card, this one. Too proud to leave people wondering for even a moment. But folks have laid eyes on him more than a few times. In fact, after talking to all the eyewitnesses, I had enough information to try and sketch a picture of the devil himself. Yeah? Not bad for a self-trained artiste, wouldn't you say? Nashu? I'm not... Not hearing a lot of support for the sketch. Right then, back to the drawing board. The metaphorical one, that is. Let's you and me seek out and question the rich and famous, the sort of folks the burglar's been targeting, and see if we can't learn something new. I'll head to Kagane Dori, and you can check out the tea house and the hostelry. Alright.
Byakudan. Ah, that infamous thief. I know of him. For a mercy, he has not seen fit to trouble those of lesser means, like me and my associates. Perhaps you thought me wealthy because I patronized the tea house?
On the contrary, this is my sole indulgence. Were I a stronger man, I would forego it. But alas, the heart will not be denied.
Okay.
Uraki. Too long has been since I shared a pipe with an Gigi. How fortunate I, You've no desire for a smoke. Only talk of the wolf burglar? I see. I have no personal experience on which to draw, so I doubt I can be of much assistance. What I know is known to all, but if you insist, he is a lone wolf without comrades, and despite their best efforts, the Sekisegumi has no leads. Some say this has emboldened the man. Each theft is more brazen than the last. He has even been witnessed practicing his trade in broad daylight, if you can believe it. That is the extent of my knowledge. Now, if you will not favor me with the tales of your own, I ask that you leave me to my pipe. It is far less demanding company.
Okay, then.
Woo!
Pier number 2. Preening Pundit. I've come to speak with you.
I say, the Kugane wolf burglar? Must you sully my ears with that rapscallion's name as I attempt to take a moment to relax and take in the fresh air? Bah, it's no use, the moment is ruined. I too fell victim to the wolf's villainy, like so many others. Oh, if you had seen the vase before he took it. God, if there was any justice in this world, he would be paraded through the streets and boiled alive in 10 conto.
Right. Dramatic, are you not? To the markets. Hold on. Now I'm just like searching for that guy. Could he be sneaking around? Watching us? Watching Nashu? Hands, holding hands, reaching out, touching me, touching you. Ah, there you are! Dig up any interesting tidbits? Just that he has been stealing from wealthy merchants and getting bolder. So he's getting bolder by the day, is he? Well, if there's anything I've learned from following the inspector around, it's that overconfidence is liable to get you smacked upside the head by your mum and her magic frying pan. Yeah. That's a normal occurrence for everyone. That said, we'd have a better chance of catching this wolf if we knew who he was eyeing next.
Gah! A thousand pardons, young sir. I did not mean to trample you underfoot. Are you all right?
Hey, aren't you the samurai I bumped into the other day? Shiki something, was it?
Oh, we meet again, my lady.
I say, you must think me in the habit of trampling my fellow pedestrians. Let me assure you, nothing could be further from the truth. I was simply preoccupied with my thoughts of my investigation.
That's right. You were after the wolf burglar too. Got any leads?
As a matter of fact, I do. But recently, I learned of a private auction in which many foreign wares are to be featured. While such auctions are not uncommon in Kugane, it has been some time since the wolf last struck, and there are rumors that this auction may include particularly extraordinary items. Much as I would love to converse with you at great length, I really must be going. Until we meet again.
Wait, Mr. Shiggy, sir. Can we come too?
To the auction? If you like, but I very much doubt you'll be able to afford any of the items to be sold.
Oh, don't you worry about that. Genasia here's got enough money to buy and sell you 1,000 times over.
Yes, very good. Then by all means, come with me. Nashu? Nashu? I have a decent amount of money. I'm not sure I could buy a person 1,000 times over. But I do have 4.4 million gil. Shigure! This venue has been reserved for the private auction. The guests should be arriving any moment now.
There he is. There's that little Lalafell. Up by the railing up there. I remember you. Master Akabono, was it?
Well, if it isn't the inspectors. I did not know you would be joining us. I presume you are come to watch for the wolf. But should you see anything you like, I know that we have money changers on hand to assist those who wish to spend foreign currency. I must warn you, however, that should we desire the same item, I am not wont to surrender without a fight.
Greetings and welcome to you, the prosperous and esteemed elite. This evening you will be given a rare opportunity to view and purchase, if so inclined, a selection of strange and wondrous items from all across the world. Without further ado, I give you our first, a queer, misshapen fiend captured in the mountainous wilds of Yansha. What? How dare you? Ah, it is none other than the fabled Ratman, an unholy union of man and beast, a demon of legend whose flesh, when consumed, bestows life everlasting. What? Eternal life can be yours, ladies and gentlemen. So shall we start the bidding at 500,000 koban? 600.
700.
800,000 koban.
800,000 koban, going once, going twice. Sold to Master Akabono. Let us proceed to the next item up for bidding.
How dare? He's not really gonna eat him, is he? That's horrible, dude. That's a person. Trying to think. I can't remember the name of their race. But also they might be in Yansha, but they are. There's a lot of them in Eorzea, I know that.
The statue you're about to see was brought to Kugane from the west, the land of Eorzea, to be precise. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, statue does not even begin to describe this extraordinary work of art.
Hildebrand? That's not a statue, that's a person. My guy.
I give you the Eorzean Gentleman, a masterpiece, nay, a triumph of Western sculpture. Marvel at the intricate details, the features so expertly realized that some have likened it to a living, breathing man, frozen in time.
Well, would you look at that? That statue's the spitting image of Inspector Hildebrand. Could it have been sculpted by a fan? No, that's Hildebrand. Was it a trick of the light, or did that statue just twitch? You mean to say you think it might actually be the Inspector? Somehow frozen by temporal magics? In that case, I've got just the thing to bring him back to the land of the moving. Nashu, no! Nashu, no! Nashu, no! No! Nashu! Nashu!
Stay your bum-filled hand, my lady, I beg of you, lest you slaughter these poor people and bring this masterpiece to ruin.
I suppose you have a point. And it wouldn't be very Inspector-like to blow innocents to Kingdom Come. Nashu. How readily she resorts to violence, this woman. I shudder to think what carnage she has left in her wake. Oh, I knew it! That's no statue! It's the genuine article in the flesh! Probably hit his head when he fell from the sky again. Or maybe he's gone into hibernation again or something.
This bizarre sculpture is in truth a man? Is such a thing even possible?
It is very much a human person. A Huron person.
Strange. I do not recall it wearing an expression of sheer terror before.
It was rather more serene, was it not?
How very perceptive of you. Verily, this is no ordinary statue. It is a heretofore unseen hybrid of sculpture and automaton. Marvel at the way its features change fluidly and effortlessly.
No, this is a person.
Yes, indeed. So, shall we start the bidding for this one-of-a-kind statue at 500,000 koban?
600.
7. 800,000 koban to be paid in full here and now.
That's a Huron person.
Once more, Master Akabono will not be denied. Will any challenge his claim to the Eorzean Gentleman?
We've got to do something, Genasi. If we don't, those people are going to buy the Inspector. That's horrible. I bid 900,000 kaban.
There's nothing in this world I cannot buy. 1 million, come on!
2 million. Wait,
What is the meaning of this? By the Kami, the Eorzean gentleman has vanished!
you have just been robbed by the Kugane Wolf burglar.
That thrice Oni, he's struck again. I saw him, the fiend with wolfish features. He took the statue and ran towards the short pier.
Did he now?
Do you know what this means? Inspector Hildebrand has been stolen, or kidnapped. We've got to get after that wolf burglar. For all we know, he might want to eat him like that poor Kikern. And we can't have that.
Yeah, Kikern, that's what they're called. That poor Kikern. How dare you sell a Kikern at an auction? That's slavery. Also, they're not a rat man. They're Kikern. And as far as I know, they don't hail from Yansha. Invisible walls. Shigure! Oh, you followed me, I presume? Of a mind to pursue the wolf burglar as well?
Of course we are. He's got Inspector Hildebrand. And I'll be if I'm going to let some two-gill thief eat him.
Are you perchance referring to the Eorzean gentleman? That hideous statue? I dare say no one in their right mind would try to eat it, but nonsensical fears notwithstanding, I should be honored to work with you to catch the wolf burglar. This man here claims he saw him aboard a boat with the statue and head towards the ruby price. 'Twas a sight I will not soon forget. Never before have I seen a lupin carrying a twisted mockery of a man on his back. Never again will I expect. Too bold was the fiend this day, in seeking to claim such a conspicuous prize in broad daylight. Yeah. Broad daylight. He has left a trail we can follow. Come, let us make haste to the ruby price. Yep. To the ruby... Oh, I guess that would be fastest. Shikaze Distillery. Pier 2. To Pier 2! Will it let me swim there? No. Yeah. To Pier 2! We must hurry! No, not Limsa. I think if we just walk this way, walk this way, walk this way. Yeah. Shigure. What news have you?
Surely one of the watchmen here will have seen the Wolfman and his stolen statue. Alas, I cannot say I have seen such a thing. Since the withdrawal of the Garlean forces from Doma and the Ruby Sea, there has been a significant increase in domestic traffic. Accordingly, we have been instructed to wade through smaller vessels, leaving our waters, absent cause. This Lupin you seek probably received no more than a cursory glance. I see. Thank you for taking the time to explain, and pray forgive me for the interruption. We shall continue our search elsewhere. The question is, where else should we search? Who else has reason to keep a close watch on these waters? Shigure is chiding himself for overlooking the obvious answer. Of wolves and gentlemen. Oh, how silly of me. The Confederacy has every reason to note the comings and goings of even the smallest vessels in the Ruby Sea. Their very survival rests on their ability to extract payments for safe passage, the so-called Ruby Tithe. Sakazuki is where we must go. Any traveler who does not wish to be raided and relieved of their possessions must journey there first and make the necessary overtures. Yep. Yaki. Searching for a bandit on a boat, you say? As far as I'm concerned, the only bandits are those who refuse to pay the tithe. Like that one fellow I spotted not long ago. Why didn't I stop him, you ask? Because he was dead. Aye, standing motionless in his skiff, paying no heed to the waves of the waters, a dead man drifting. It is one thing to threaten a living man, but what could I possibly do to stop a dead one? Nothing, that is what. So I took the only reasonable course of action. I let him be. I am not one to consort with the dead, but if you are, by all means, follow the man to the Isle of Becco. I'll remain here and do my best to forget what I saw. It wasn't a dead man. You're a fool. It was a man who was just simply motionless. A dead man in a boat bound for the Isle of Becco. That's the stupidest thing I ever... Unless... Aha! Don't you see? He mistook the Eorzean gentleman for a corpse. That boat belonged to none other than the Kugane wolf burglar.
Kor, what luck?
Our liaison did mention that we could pay the tithe by way of bringing a trespasser to justice, and I do believe this qualifies. The hunt is on, to the Isle of Becco, and that thrice wolf. To the Isle of Becco. Look at that thunderstorm. Also that tower. My goodness. I cannot for your fate. I am surveying.
Hark! Over there, a wolf! Or at least someone what's got big ears and a long fluffy tail.
Aha! We've got him now.
So, it seems the wolf burglar was caught by the very people that were trying to catch him. Hildebrand, what are you doing? No, it's not. It's coming for Fen. This is no wolf burglar. This is a man dead who yet moves. A restless spirit bound to this mortal coil by burdens of the soul. I beg your pardon, good sir, but my soul carries no such burdens. Indeed, in death I found rather more liberation than I had in life. More purpose and meaning and brotherhood.
Wait a minute, you're one of the gentle dead men. But what are you doing so far from Eorzea and the others?
As I live and breathe, in even further reaches, I find myself reunited with Master Zomberbrand's compatriots. I too must confess some curiosity as to how you came to this place, but since you asked first. As unbelievable as it may sound, we heard rumors of an island deep in the Siren Song Sea, said to be home to a host of undead individuals, not unlike myself. Ours being a rather lonely existence, we resolved to dispatch an emissary to the isle, myself being the logical choice once again. But why are you... Ah, truly? Well, that would explain why the myriad skeletons we found were devoid of unlife, as it were. That said, even if they were as disagreeable a lot as you claim, I should thank you to stop killing every last undead you encounter in your travels. Anyway, having failed in my mission, I was at a loss for what to do next. The island was abandoned, and Eorzea was ever so far away. Just then, I felt it, a familiar tingling in my rotting flesh. Aye, there was no denying it. I'd felt the pull of our leader, Master Zomberbrand. His ether called to me, and I was duty-bound to answer, so I followed the trail and it led me to this place.
Kor! Then it's no coincidence. The inspector and the burglar that stole him must be somewhere here on this island. Good sir, do you still feel Inspector Hildebrand calling to you even now? Can you lead us to him?
As surely as I can crack open a hapless merchant's head and feast on the goo inside before you can say go, follow me.
By the way, I've been meaning to ask, what's with the wolfish getup? It's not the sort of thing a gentle dead man usually wears, though it's quite fetching, I've got to say.
It warms my dear heart to hear you say so. I received it as a gift from a traveling artiste. When I explained to him how difficult it was to converse with the common man, he fashioned it for me, believing it would serve to soften my otherwise terrifying features. And so it has. But enough talk. Master Zomberbrand needs us. I suppose the gray fur matches your gray skin. And nothing I have heard makes even the slightest bit of sense to me. But no matter. If this misshapen undead wolf man can lead us to the thief, I shall trust in him wholly. Truly wild. We keep running into the zombie dead men. Yeah. Oof. Up? Wait, no. Huh? Up from here? Fine. Mountain Zoo! Away! Sorry, gentle dead men, not zombie dead men. Yes, yes! Master Zomberbrand is close. We are nearly upon him. And the wolf burglar. At long last, we will bring that to justice. hopefully we find the wolf burglar, but it might just be Hildebrand. No, it's both of them. What?
Wolf burglar, you have nowhere left to run. Surrender. Gah! So they finally caught up to me.
Court, he looks exactly like my sketch.
Does
Your campaign of thievery comes to an end this day. Aye, this day, the Bakufu will have their man. That is to say, their Lupin. Stop, you!
The inspector's still not snapped out of it, which means it's time for a triple serving of Nashu's Delight, Dango style.
Nashu, no! Nashu. Hildebrand!
Bombs! Shut up, you stupid statue. Bugger me, are those bombs? Idiot, get rid of them! Get rid of them before you kill us both! Help! Ginasia, Nashu, anyone!
I suppose we ought to save the inspector. I mean, he'll be fine. Really, we should go after the wolf burglar, but...
Don't worry about the inspector. He survived a trip back from Dalamud, so this is nothing. Let's get that wolf burglar instead. Down he goes. No!
Hildebrand!
Why? Why are you like this, Hildebrand?
I told you before, wolf burglar, you have nowhere left to run.
Fall, on the other hand. Fall, on the other hand.
If that's how it's gonna be, then fall it is.
What?
Never thought I'd come this close to getting caught. Suppose it's my own fault for trying to nick a hefty prize like a statue. But if the statue ain't even a statue, then there's no reason for me to stick around, is there? Better luck next time, thief takers.
Can't I just call on my mountain Jew and fly after him?
Gah! The nerve of that villain. I say, Ginosia, I have come to exact such cold, calculating I have come to expect such cold, calculating behavior from dear Nashu, but not you.
I said we should save you.
Hooray! Inspector Hildebrand is back. Nothing like a brush with certain death to get you back in the game. Am I right, Inspector?
What manner of sorcery is this? The Eorzean gentleman. This statue stands before me, speaking and gesticulating as if a living, breathing being. I trust I needn't remind you
I too am capable of such motions despite neither living nor breathing. But more to the point, Master Zomberbrand is no statue.
Quite right. He's an agent of inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire. Yeah, he's a person.
Good sir, by your garb I gather you are a samurai. And am I then correct in assuming we are in the Far East? Ho ho ho! As I wake from gentle slumber and find myself in a foreign land, who should I be greeted by but a Far Eastern fan? But oh, what is this? Already my keen investigator's sense has alerted me to the presence of a petitioner in need. I must away for honor and justice and a hard-boiled egg!
Wait for me, Inspector! You know I can't run that fast!
Master Zomberbrand looks to be his old self again. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. It is enough to bring a tear to this gentle deadman's eye. Or it would be, if I weren't, you know. But as much as I would love to join you in your adventures, I must return to my brothers. I pray you watch over and keep our undead overlord safe.
So, in Eorzea, a man may be an Inspector Extraordinaire as well as a zombie overlord? Truly, yours is a land of many mysteries and strange customs, I dare say. I will never comprehend. While I regret that we were unable to apprehend the wolf burglar, I am glad that this chase has seen you reunited with your comrade. Come, let us follow him and see where his keen sense leads. Yeah? Welcome to the band, my dear samurai friend. Up from here. So 'twas down from where we were, but up from down here. Must be at sea level then. On the other side of this mesa. Not see. Oh, wait. No, here we go. On this beach. Hello, wayward Kikern. Hold on. Just looking around for that Lalafell guy.
Did I not tell you I had caught the scent of a case? And here it is! I give you the case of the kidnapped Kikern! Simply put, this adorable little fellow's dearest friend was abducted by a dastardly fellow in the nearby city of Kugane.
We sail on ships as sailors for East Aldenar Trading Company, docked at Kugane docks to unload goodly goods. When goodly merchant comes and offers tasty feasts to me and friendly friend.
Kami, did that rat man just speak?
Kikern, not Ratman, rude man. Why does no one here know Kikern? Always demon with lucky flesh. We go with goodly merchant, all alone, many turns. Left, right, left, very confusing. Then badman grab friendly friend, put gag in mouth and bag on head. I fight back and run, and they run too. And then I jump into water.
it would seem that the currents carried him to the shores of this island. But I have yet to ascertain the motive for why anyone would want to kidnap a hapless Kikun sailor.
Because they do not know or do not care that he is a Kikun. He passes for a rat man of far eastern folklore, the flesh of which some believe bestows everlasting life. An Eorzean sailor with most unusual features, an incredible albeit hideous statue of Eorzean make, that was in truth a man. I dare say we have already met our goodly merchant. We must return to Kugane and confront this criminal at once. He may have abducted others from faraway lands to sell at auction. The fiend.
At the very least, we know he sold this Kikern's friendly friend. We've got to save him too.
Right you are, my lady. We shall see the wicked punished and the innocent set free.
Yes, yes, I was just about to say that. Well said, you!
To that silver-tongued broker.
Gigi.
Adorable little Gigi, who shall travel with me always. Excuse me, terrible sir.
Kami, strike me down! The Eorzean gentleman is alive?
Hearken to me, merchant! Your reckoning is at hand!
For the crime of kidnapping a Kikun sailor and selling him into slavery, I hereby place you under arrest.
Huh? I should hope I would remember doing something so reprehensible as that. But more importantly, who are you to level such accusations, much less place me under arrest? You're not of the Sekisei Gumi, a common ronin, are you not?
You.
A common ronin come from the countryside looking for work. Work I so generously provided when I hired you to guard my auction. An auction you failed to defend against a thief who stole a priceless piece. I say, what audacity! That selfsame piece stands before you, with the Kikern who escaped your kidnapping attempt as incontrovertible proof of your misdeeds. I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, have defeated you. The least you could do is demonstrate dignity in defeat. The truth in plain, there is no denying it.
And yet I do. Inspector, was it? Whatever authority you may possess in Eorzea is not recognized here. Only the Sekisei Gumi can compel answers and arrest criminals. And with that, I bid you good day. And who is this? You need not answer to them, but you will answer to me. We've had our eye on you for some time, my friend. But alas, all good things must come to an end. The Wolfburger's meddling merely delayed the inevitable. We have all the proof we need. Now, do yourself a favor and come quietly. Or don't, and do me a favor. Oh look, it's the Sekisegumi! Oh no!
Shigure, owing to the efforts of you and yours, we can finally bring this charlatan to justice. For that, you have my deepest thanks. Thank you, sir. That you would favor me with such kind words is a great honor. I can only hope that this goes some way towards... However, that you failed to inform the Sekisegumi of the Wolfburglar's crime, despite being present, and you instead pursued the thief on your own is inexcusable. I cannot in good conscience admit you to the Sekisegumi at this time. Such reckless disregard and thirst for personal glory are traits I will not suffer in our samurai. There, good sir.
Yay!
1,000 thanks to you for saving Friendly Friend. Warier and warier we will be next time. No more following goodly merchants into dark alleys.
I owe you all an apology. Like the merchant said, I am no more than a common ronin. My pursuit of the wolf burglar has been, from the very beginning, independent of the Sekisegumi, or any other authority. I came to Kugane to join the Sekisegumi, but was judged to be unworthy. Unable to find gainly employment as a samurai elsewhere, I struggled to make ends meet. And then, when I was about to renounce my dream and return to my village, I learned of a notorious thief. A thief that targeted only the most wealthy and influential. A thief that I might bring to justice and thereby earn the approval of the Sekisegumi. Say no more, my good samurai. Your earnest nature and passion for the laws have won me over. I swear to you, here and now, I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, shall help you scour all creation, from the deepest pit of the seven to the very pinnacle of the heavens, for the Kugane wolf burglar, and we shall start this right this instant. I am still not quite sure what to make of that man, but I suppose I should be grateful for the help.
Well, that's Hildebrand.
Junasia, was it? I should thank you for joining me in this endeavor, perhaps more so than the others. Their help is of questionable benefit, whereas yours seems rather more reliable. The wolf burglar is not to be underestimated. He is a cunning, clever foe, as evidenced by the way he escaped. Sheer passion and determination will not be enough to catch him. Which is to say, that while I value the assistance of the inspector and his assistant, I believe cooler heads will prevail in the end, to wit, yours and mine. I too may be prone to fits of passion, but I should like to think it is nothing compared to that of the Eorzean gentleman. Oh yes, his fits of passion are quite something. Gentleman hero Hildebrand. Hildebrand will return in The Blade Misled, or Mislaid. The Blade Mislaid.
What's going on? And the sketch in the background. See you, Inspector. Oh boy. In the eye of the Hingan,
Shigure is a man on a mission.
have you heard, Genosia? The wolf burglar for whom we have been searching day and night has struck again. Word reached me but moments ago. The inspector and his assistant are a step ahead of us. But if we hurry, we may arrive before they begin questioning any witnesses. You will come, will you not? Yes? And let us brook no further delay and make haste for the Rakuza district. Well, Shigure, so far I like you a lot more than Seer. Must say. You! Stop being creepy.
I, Hildebrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, stand ready to assist any and all who seek redress for crimes dastardly and daring. My keen inspector's sense has led me hither. Speak, my good man, what injustice befell you here?
Inspectors? Ah, yes, the Westerners. I remember you, girl. If you're so eager to hear the tale, then I should be glad to tell it. It was him! The wolf burglar! Bold as ever, he attempted to steal the finest sword in my collection. The Soboro Sukehiro. In broad daylight.
By the Kami. But you say he attempted?
And failed, aye! Little did the fool know I had recently employed a new bodyguard. A peerless samurai with every command.
So the fiend was unable to abscond with your precious blade. Truly, you are fortunate indeed, Master Akebono.
Yet surely this is not the end of it. The wolf burglar has his pride. He is not one to forsake a prize. Master Akebono, I have no doubt that the thief will come for the blade again and again. I pray you permit me to aid your men in protecting this treasure, that we may finally bring this villain to justice.
You have spirit, I'll grant you that. But I have no need for additional guards. Yojimbo alone is worth 100 men, if not more.
Master Akebono, I think you underestimate this foe.
You try my patience, boy. I have made my decision, and I will not suffer it to be questioned further. Find another way to earn the Sekiseigun's approval. Now then, I have a pressing engagement in Sanjo Hanamachi, to which I have been looking forward all week, and I'll be if I'm going to let this business with the wolf burglar delay me further. Good night.
I fear he has let this turn of luck lull him into a false sense of complacency. He should be doubling the guard, or tripling it, if only he would reconsider.
If he will not listen to reason, then he must be made to listen to reason.
When in doubt, try again. It's not the most well thought out plan, but for lack of anything better. All right. Let us follow Master Akebono to Sanjo Hanamachi, and once more impress upon him the gravity of the situation. Or we just hang out in the area, like around where he's keeping the sword anyway, and if we spot the wolf burglar, we just attempt to stop him? Like, you know, we don't have to get his permission.
Ask all you like, but the answer's still no.
There's a very short list of people who get to pass, and none of you lot are on it. I applaud your diligence, I do, but we are here to help.
if you would admit us to speak with Master Akabono, that we might convince him to let us stand guard over the Soboro Sukehiro.
Ah, so that's your game. Trick the daft doorman into letting you in so you can steal Master Akabono's priceless sword? How stupid do you think I am? As if he'd consort with the likes of you lot. Not a looker among you.
Really? My mother has told me I'm quite handsome.
I'm sure she has. Maybe if he was in the mood for a taikomochi. Not today, though. Master Akabono made it quite clear that he would only welcome additional entertainers if they were geiko of surpassing beauty, which you're not. So off. That went rather poorly. I suppose we have no choice but to resign ourselves to this outcome.
Nay, Shigure, I think not, for I have a plan of surpassing beauty, if I do say so myself. Are you acquainted with any geiko, perchance?
Well, there is an Okiya nearby whose proprietress might have given me a few odd jobs, but wait, what exactly is your plan?
All shall become clear in time, my good man. Lead the way to this Okiya.
Are you sure, good sir? Are you sure that I could not be let in? Do I have a more enchanting outfit? I don't think I have anything like that. Aside, no. Closest would probably be that. Not exactly what they're looking for, though.
Most humble greetings to you, fairest maiden. I, Hildebrand, agent of inquiry, inspector extraordinaire, am given to understand that you are an acquaintance of Shigure here.
Aye, I've given the hapless fool a handout or two, and now he shows up on my doorstep in the company of Ijin inspectors. I can only assume this means he's yet to find honest work.
Indeed, much to our chagrin, Shigure is not gainfully employed at present, but that regrettable circumstance is not what brings us to you. Nay, it is a matter of far greater import. A grave injustice, which must be averted at all costs. To that end, my lady, I would have you clothe my steadfast assistant in your finest kimono, for but a brief time only. You may be assured it shall be returned to you post-haste.
Loan you a kimono? Just like that? Not sure what mischief you inspectors get up to in your line of work, but in ours, a kimono is priceless. No geiko worth her salt would simply let a stranger parade about town in hers. Not for nothing, at least. If you're truly in desperate need of my assistance, then you should be willing to pay for it. Say 70,000 Eorzean gil? 70,000.
My Subligar is worth more than that. I, have a gambling problem. Love the horse birds. Lost my last gil on Quo Rhapsody. I have a gambling problem. Sorry, yeah, love the horse birds. Lost my last gil. Oh, can't play it. Sorry. 70? My Subligar is worth more than that.
Be that as it may, there's no need to rely upon your generosity. I am more than capable of paying for this expense. Nashu, pay the woman!
With what, Inspector? Your coin purse is empty.
What? As of when? Oh dear, this is certainly a fly in the ointment.
So your plan is to disguise Nashu as a geiko, that she may enter into the company of Master Akabono and thereby keep watch for the wolf burglar? I hesitate to call it one of surpassing beauty, but if it is our best option.
Do not even think to say it, my good man. I would never take the money of a down-on-his-luck youth with no job or skills to speak of. But of course, it is as ever so simple. A means by which we may achieve our end without spending a single coin. In my brief time here, I have come to understand the myriad complexities of Hingan culture.
Have you?
There is a custom by which one may express the fervor of his conviction by shaving every hair from his head, is there not?
Well, yes, I suppose you have the right of it. But are you willing to go to such lengths to secure a kimono? I'll do the honors! Nashu? No. Nashu, what did you do? A beauty reborn! Nashu, why?
My hair! My beautiful flowing locks! What have you done to me?
Oh no! How horrible! That is brilliant! Utterly brilliant! I don't think I've laughed so hard in ages. Chin up, Shigure. I dare say she did you a favor. The Sekisei Gumi might be inclined to take you more seriously now. You can have your kimono with my thanks. Never mind the gill. The entertainment you've given me is payment enough.
My lady, you are a saint! Are you ready, Nashu?
Always, Inspector! Wait here, everyone. I'm sure it won't take long to put one of these things on, right?
Verily, there is no greater truth than that. If we trust ourselves in the gods, fate shall conspire to see us succeed.
Is this the will of the kami? Oh, Shigure.
I believe I hear them coming.
Ta-da!
My dear Nashu, you look incredible.
Wow, actually, yes, you do. You do. She looks every bit the Keiko. I cannot fathom that doorman turning her away.
Come, my friends, let us put Nashu's disguise to the proof.
Indeed. Hello, bodyguard.
Say what you will about the rest of us, but you would have to be blind to disparage my stalwart, that is, the lovely Keiko Noshu!
A gecko, eh? Alright, let's have a look at you. Oh, and where has this lovely lass been hiding? Master Akabono's sure to take a shine to you. Alright, the girl may enter, and no one else.
Huzzah! It worked!
Wish me luck.
Though, is it wise to let her go alone? Ideally, at least Junasio and myself should have accompanied her, no?
Oh, Shigure, I did tell you it was a plan of surpassing beauty, did I not?
Hildebrand? A fine enough sword, I suppose. Oh, is that the new bodyguard?
The sword without peer, the Suburo Shikuhira, the gecko without peer, Chiyome. What fortune that I may enjoy the company of the finest treasures the world has to offer. Their very presence makes the wine taste that much sweeter.
I could not agree more, my lord. Alas, whereas you may lay hands upon your magnificent blade at whim, in vain I struggle to navigate the endless labyrinth that is a woman's fickle heart.
That which I desire I take, as will you, when my little project is complete. Chiyome, come and have a drink with us. Come, come.
If my lords insist, I should be glad to partake.
Such a beautiful girl you are, and so skilled a dancer as well. You deserve only the best, and the very best you shall have, if you but give yourself body and soul to me.
I fear my lord's rather admirable perseverance encroaches upon the obsessive. As I am sure I have told you 1,000 times before, I should be glad to entertain one and all with the traditional arts.
Stubborn as ever, I see. No matter. In due time you will be mine, one way or another.
Begging your pardons, my lords.
Aho, this is a welcome surprise. My lord, did you call for another gecko? Never mind, come, my dear, have a seat.
Nashu? Salutations and greetings, my good sirs.
Salutations and greetings, my good sirs. Oh.
What is the meaning of this? I explicitly said I would be receiving no taikomochi this day. Far be it from me to judge a man for his pleasures, my lord, but I fear this is a bridge too far for me.
Hildebrand.
Such beauty, such grace. Such beauty, such grace. Be that as it may, now is not the time. The day after tomorrow, perhaps, but after I have had some time to recover, but not today.
Will my lord not reconsider? Pray allow me one dance to convince you.
Hildebrand?
Enough! Yojimbo, remove this fetching yet belligerent taikamochi from my sight! Lay hands upon a fair maiden?
I will do no such thing.
You defying your master's order? The master who has already paid you an unconscionable sum of money for your services?
A contemptible master who consorts with lecherous dogs. I agreed to serve only as the sword's protector, not as the executor of your whims.
There he is! The wolf burglar! Impossible!
Impossible!
At last, the villain reveals himself! We have you now, most wolfish of burglars! Yes, it was I all along! Hildebrand, master of disguise, inspector of 1,000 faces, defender of justice! I feel so conflicted. So, you're not a taikamochi? Pity that. Bugger me. If it isn't the talking statue.
Fancy meeting you here. Come to watch me steal the Soburo Seku hero? Well, you know how this goes.
Don't let him get away! Halt, fiend!
Literally how? No. At the moment you put down the smoke bomb, they were already all surrounding you, grabbing onto you. Like, there is no way for you to escape. The smoke wouldn't change anything. What happened?
There you are, my dear. You are unharmed. I would be heartbroken if there was even a scratch upon my concubine to be.
Woo! My lord would do well to take greater care where he places his hands, should he wish to keep them. Confound it. How does he manage to escape every time? But rejoice, my friends, for he has failed in his thievery once more. That's not the Suburo Sekuhiro remains safe and sound. No, it doesn't. That's not...
You bald imbecile! Look at what you're holding. Does that even look does that look even remotely like the Suburo Sekuhiro to you? Does it? Does it?
For the record, I'm not actually bald.
Be gone from my sight and do not return until you have found my sword!
I always hate it when, like, in media, where a character goes invisible and then is also somehow intangible in that same moment, because that's the only way that like, if people are charging to go and grab them, or shooting them, or firing arrows, or what have you, at the exact place where they were, but they went invisible at the last second and suddenly everything misses them. And it's like, that's not how invisibility works. You went invisible, and then you would have to move. But there was no time for moving. Okay? It always irks me. Sir, what are your shoes? That has to be uncomfortable. After we went to all that trouble, he still managed to steal Asobro's Sekihiro. I sacrificed my flowing locks for nothing. Though I care increasingly less for Akabono, he is nevertheless a man to be reckoned with. What meager reputation I have will be forfeit if we fail to bring the wolf burglar to justice. But we need not pursue him alone. Yojimbo has volunteered his services. Together, we may yet redeem ourselves. I think I may know where the thief is headed, too. I see. Just on the lookout for a certain little Lalafell. There's someone in that tower, but I don't think it's him. Is it? I don't think so. The blade mislaid. Shigure is determined to put matters to rights. I believe the wolf burglar has fled to Yansha. Consider the dagger I took from him in the chaos. Though old and worn, it has been well cared for over the years. Dagger? You call that thing a dagger? That was a sword, good sir. It has been well cared for over the years. It is more than just a tool to him, I think, and it is clearly of Doman design.
What an amazing coincidence! The selfsame details had also caught mine eye. I dare say you have the makings of an inspector, Shigure.
I shall endeavor to take that as a compliment. To Yansha! Well, the person's still up there in that tower, so I doubt it's the Lalafell that's been spying on our dear friend Nashu. But that will have to be it for today. Wild adventures have been had. Oh. And Gigi scared us. Going all inert, using up too much ether. But now he's a tiny little guy that follows me around wherever I go. He's just a little guy. And if anything happened to him, I would kill everyone in this room and then myself in game. Don't mess with Gigi. Or face my wrath. But yes. And now here we are in the Far East. Hingashi and Yansha. What the? Look at that. Corpse dancer. Winter's Rain. Standing on the ropes. Well. In any case, next stream this Monday would be more Dread Delusion. And then Wednesday, we'll be continuing working on my helmet design. And then next Saturday, be more Hildebrand Adventures of Insanity. Absolutely wild stuff. But yes. Until next time, be kind to yourself. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you next mission. Bye-bye.